It's controlled chaos. Stomping the IE and the world on 1050 AM KCAA. NBC News Talk Radio.
You know what? Screw the Mueller report. I don't care about it at all. I'm tired of this whole thing, aren't you? I just want to have a beer and raise some hell. You know what I mean? That's all I want to do. That's right. Oh, man, really? Thank you, YouTube. Anyways, I had this whole thing set up for the show. This is great. Total chaos. It's not controlled chaos. It's total chaos in the studio. Thank you. Thank you. F YouTube. Anyways, they still screwed me over. They still won't release my account to me, so I can't monetize it. Wendy, Trent, who are all my friends are showing up today that I haven't seen in years? Jesus. You guys can catch me on Facebook Live. Why would you want to talk to me, and why would you want to text me or have lunch with me or anything like that when you can see me on Facebook Live, for Christ's sake, right? Wendy, how are you? You want to do a show, sports show again? I can hook you up. Anyways, it is controlled chaos. my show's always screwed up at the beginning. I don't know what it is. You tell me. Let's listen to some music for a minute. You guys have any opinions on the Mueller report? No collusion, no obstruction of justice, no womanizing, no illegal aliens working for the Trump organization, no meetings with Vladimir Putin. It's all fake news. Man, I can't wait to get away. I'm going to Morro Bay next week. Get away from it all. From all this chaos. Gonna go wine tasting. Playing some golf. By the way, my golf game's kicking ass. I shot 79 yesterday. Yeah, with a triple bogey. You guys know what the hell that is. Whatever. If you don't, too bad. And I shot 80 the day before. I'm in fuego. So, anyways, I'm just like worn out from this whole thing with the Mueller report. Are you guys worn out with it? I am. Tired of it. Let's listen to some music. Hellraisers! Yeah. That's right. Probably not. All right. Well, anyways, it is being released as we speak. William Barr. I mean, he sounded like Trump's defense attorney, for Christ's sake. I mean, man. I was watching it this morning. I got up early. You know, of course, I come down to the studio and prep the show, this chaotic show, and I'm listening to this stuff, and it sounded like, a great defense for Donald Trump. I mean, Trump didn't do any of this or any of that, and they found no evidence, and blah, blah, blah. It was like, man, Trump got his man. The Attorney General, by the way, doesn't work for Donald Trump. He works for the American people, okay? I think people get this all screwed up, okay? The Attorney General is supposed to be the person that works for the American people to give Americans justice, okay? He doesn't work for Donald Trump, but he sure sounded like you worked for Donald Trump today. I mean, I don't know what's in the Mueller report. We're going to find out in the next, few hours. I'm sure the Democrats are going to pick and choose exactly what they think about it, and they'll take a word or a sentence out of it and say, yeah, see, he obstructed justice or whatever, So I'm looking forward to Robert Mueller testifying before Congress. That's when we'll get to the nitty-gritty of the whole damn thing. But I'm tired of this whole thing. I think the American people are tired of it. The Democrats, I don't know, man. They're in deep ass, man. I mean, they are losing people. I'm sorry, they are not winning over people. They are losing over people with their agenda and their. Donald Trump's already chaotic. All right, he's already over the top. He's already. The orange man is crazy. Okay, So all the Democrats have to do is put somebody in there that's sane, okay? But they're not. They're not. They're actually putting people in there that are way to the left. Now, I've never voted for a Republican in my entire life. I'm an independent, and I normally vote for Democrats. I voted for Obama. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Clinton. I didn't vote at all at 2016. I voted for my buddy comedian Mike Marino. He didn't win. But lo and behold, what the Democrats are doing with this agenda and all this craziness and all this hatred, they're trying to get back at what the Republicans did to Obama. Okay, this is what it is. It's like two little kids fighting in a schoolyard. Okay, so they screwed Obama over for 8 years and tried to take him down. They didn't take him down, but they screwed up his agenda. And now the Democrats are doing the same thing to Donald Trump because, they did it to us, so we're going to do it to them, and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, come on, man. You're supposed to represent the American people, okay? Look, did you just hear about the veterans and the suicide rate for the veterans? That it's like blowing up, like 3 or 4 a day are committing suicide. How about the homeless people that there's so many friggin' homeless people living under bridges? I mean, they're everywhere now, okay? How about the disabled? How about the opioid crisis? No, let's talk about Russian collusion and Trump and all this. Instead this agenda is ridiculous, man, and we got to do something about it. We got to stop this stuff. We got to start working on people, okay, and helping the American people out. Instead, we're spending billions of dollars on stupid stuff, really stupid stuff, and it's ridiculous. I mean, we waste so much money, our American taxpayer dollars, and now the Democrats are just so over to the left. They're so far to the left that somebody like me that will not vote for Donald Trump may not vote for a Democrat. Believe me, I don't want Donald Trump doing another 4 years, but I'm not going to vote for somebody that's way over to the left and is just like chaotic, and doesn't have the agenda of you got to be able to agree with each other, okay? This is what's going on in our society, is that we are so divided either to the right or to the left that we can't meet in the middle. And that's what really our democracy is about, is meeting in the middle, agree to disagree, but let's get together and try to work on something to help people out. And we're not doing it. And just listening to William Barr this morning and just so how far out he was on Donald Trump's side. I mean, my dad was a criminal defense attorney, okay? William Barr would make my dad proud how he defended Trump this morning. I mean, this guy is not the defender of Donald Trump. He's the defender of the American people, of American justice. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Mueller report says, but nothing's going to get done. The Democrats are going to waste their time. They're going to look for a sentence or a word and blow it out of proportion and go on and do congressional hearings and waste more of our taxpayer dollars doing this, trying to find something on Trump, instead of helping people out, helping the veterans out who are committing suicide, who come home, fighting for our country. I love how they salute the veterans. Oh, they'll give them a standing ovation in Congress and stand up and cheer them. And then all of a sudden, after all the hoopla goes by, you don't hear from them. Nothing gets done for the veterans, okay? How about the homeless people out there? There's, in fact, Good Friday over at the LA Mission. I go down there periodically. They'll be feeding the homeless on Good Friday. There's thousands of people. Thousands of people are spending Easter homeless. Kids hanging out, homeless. But do we do anything for them? No. We send billions of dollars to San Salvador or El Salvador or wherever the hell it is, and Honduras and Guatemala. And these people rip us off and then send their people to the border. And then we see what's going on here, man. It's insanity. It's insanity. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say about the Mueller report. I'm tired of this thing. I'm going away on vacation next week. I am not going to even look at what I'm going to watch is I'm going to watch NBA basketball games and bet them, okay, and get loaded. That's what I'm going to do next week, and play golf. That's all I want to do. I'm going to forget about all this, but please, this society is jaded, screwed up. I don't know if it's a social media thing. I mean, everybody's got their phones on, and it's a smartphone. I mean, listen, the only time I bring out my smartphone is do Facebook Live Friday and get an Uber ride when I'm drinking. So that's the only time I bring this out. Otherwise, I have my flip phone. Look, you know me. I got my flip phone. This is it. It doesn't mind control you. Okay, there's no mind control here. All right, listen, it is Control Chaos. KCAA 1050 AM 106.5, 102.3. We got Von DiCarlo in studio, and we'll talk to her right after this.
Top of the IE and the world on 1050 AM KCAA, NBC News Talk Radio.
Hey, this is Gary Garver. You know, I've been having trouble getting a good night's sleep lately. Maybe you have too. Well, if you have been, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab provides a personal study to help you find out how to get a great night of sleep. I've been having sleeping issues during the night lately for a number of reasons. South Pacific Sleep Lab evaluated me with an overnight study of my sleep pattern. With their professional staff, they were able to provide me with a diagnosis of my sleep pattern, and ever since, I haven't had much of a problem getting a great night of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab has locations throughout Southern California, including one in Fontana, and they will provide transportation to any of their locations at no cost to you. South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just give them a call at 844-SAD-5050 to schedule your appointment today. That's 844-SAD-5050.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting. Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. If you are passionate about securing your financial future, then check out philsgang.com. With philsgang.com, you get professional guidance on basic and advanced technical stock analysis. And just like the pros, you will gain the knowledge to recognize stock buy and sell patterns. Unlike any other service available, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team host daily interactive live streaming investing webinar classes and programs, and all material is archived. Check out philsgang.com. Call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
In his book, From the Trench to the Bench, Judge Herb Dodell demystifies the legal system, including both civil and criminal, the lawyers, the judges, and the process. As a judge, former deputy district attorney, and criminal defense attorney, he knows the legal system. He has the inside information that you need to pick a lawyer, and he's here to give it to you. No matter what you're facing that makes you think you may need a lawyer, Judge Herb will shed valuable light on your situation and reveal your best options and many secrets of how the judicial system actually works. To find out more about how the legal system really works, you can get your copy of Judge Herb Dodell's eye-opening book, From the Trench to the Bench, at Amazon.com.
Harrison, how you doing? What would you be doing if you weren't an actor?
Don't know.
What's the likelihood that there will actually be one more Indiana Jones movie?
I'm delighted. I think they're great movies, and I'm looking forward to starting the next one.
You gonna do it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why did you turn down the role of Meathead in All in the Family?
It was a long time ago. I can't quite remember, but worked out well for other people.
Would you consider yourself a hero for helping rescue children?
No. Me and 200 other people that just didn't get mentioned somehow.
When you measure your penis, from where do you start measuring?
Hi, how are you?
Gary Garver and Chicken Jones. Controlled Chaos. NBC Talk Radio. KCAA.
Petra, good morning. All right, there we go. Good morning, everybody.
From the four corners of the world.
Yeah, I'm dumbing down.
His IQ
I am.
So you can
My
understand.
IQ's stupid.
It's Gary Garver.
I'm like at 40. I'd have to have my dad pay for my college. He'd have to put in $500,000 just to get me to Pierce Community College. He'd have to pay like probably $20,000 to get me in. I'm so stupid. All right, it is Control Chaos. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, everybody. It's Facebook Live Thursday. Control Chaos, KCAA, 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire, also iHeartRadio, iHeart.com. I'm Gary Garver. Right now I'm bringing a studio guest. She's a comedian. She's written a book. She's got a new podcast happening and all sorts of good things. It's Von DiCarlo. Von, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How do you feel about this whole thing with before we get into your thing? What do you think about this whole Mueller report and what they're doing?
Yeah, I was listening to your wonderful rant, and I wanted to chime in 1,000 times because I'm just like, first of all, vagina-grabbing president is trash. He has no etiquette, and he is so self-centered. And, Obama was all about hope and change, and then Donald Trump came in and changed everybody's hope. There was nothing about the Mueller report as they were going through it. I knew that it was going to come back. No collusion. No, you know why? Because it's all a hoax. It all seems like a big, fat hoax that's in his favor. For whatever reason, I don't know. And people are like, oh, he's never going to be elected again. I don't think he was elected in the first go round. So he'll probably do another 4 years. We'll be dragged through this mess again. I don't know what the bigger picture is, but it's a hot mess. And it's sad.
Yeah, it
Exclamation point, sad.
Well, I mean, I think he was even stunned that he was president. I remember, election night when he came out and his whole family looked like they were like,
his whole
stunned.
Trash family. They're all collectively just trash. Like, I have never seen anything like this before, as a lot of people have been saying for the past few years, because it is really just a different level of.
It's disturbing.
That's a good word. I was searching for a word. Thank you for finding one for me. It's just every time you think, oh, I'm never going to be more disgusted than this very moment, he does something else. Like just a few days ago, or last week, was it? He tweeted out 9/11 footage for his own purposes. It's just, I just.
It's sad. I mean, with the Twitter thing, I just can't still get used to the Twitter thing and all this. It's sad. And everybody's, and I have friends that voted for him, and which is fine. Listen, I'm not for the left or for the right. I'm for what's right down the pipe.
I'm for the people. Whatever is
people.
for the people. And you know what? I'm not hard on Donald Trump supporters either, because we are in a democracy for now.
Right, exactly.
Good luck with your decisions as you think that it's not going to affect you. I don't see how people don't see the trickle-down effect of all that is happening, because he clearly is very self-centered and has his own intent in mind. And he caters to his base, which I don't understand why they don't see how this stuff is just going to affect them in the long run.
I think the reason that his base is so for him is that they felt that they got screwed over in the past, and I think they found somebody that has their views. So they're sticking by him no matter what. He can do no wrong. Look at the tape, the Trump tape, where he's
a liar, and a liar lies to everyone.
Right, and
a liar lies to everyone. He is also lying to his base. He knows what they want to hear, so he says that, he does that.
They don't care.
But it's still for his own gain. He is doing absolutely nothing for them.
Yeah. Well, it's going to come down the pipe. It's coming down. It's going to be coming down. But we'll see. The problem with Trump is that he probably will get reelected, because
oh, absolutely,
the Democrats have nobody really that I want to vote for right now.
And if he doesn't, he'll steal it. This report is crap. Everything is crap. I don't believe anything anymore, because this man has opened the floodgates to stand right in your face, and I'll tell you, you could look at me right now and tell me you do not have on glasses.
I don't.
If you're Trump or a Trump-ish person, you go, no, I don't have glasses. Next question. No, you have. I'm looking at them. Don't believe your eyes or your ears. What?
I know. I hear you. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's sad.
This is the world we're in.
I know.
So why would I have any reason to believe that this Mueller report would have come back any different than what it is saying?
Well, we haven't seen it yet. We just heard what William Barr said this morning about it in his 4-page thing. William Barr sounded like a great defense attorney. He sounded like F. Lee Bailey out there. Johnny Cochran. Johnny Cochran would have applauded what William Barr said today. It was amazing to just hear his Trump didn't do this, and there's no evidence of that, and this and that. It was disturbing. Again, it's sort of sad. But listen, the Mueller report's coming out. We'll all get to see it. We'll all get to make our own conclusions, and it is what it is. It's just almost a waste of time. We spent so much time on this.
Money, exactly.
And we have done nothing for the American people. There's so many things, so many issues that the American people are going through. Like I mentioned, the veterans, disabled, homeless. That's just nothing. Opiate crisis. There's so many different things that we could be working on and putting money into.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. We had the longest government shutdown in American history, and he's like, "Oh, they don't mind working for free." Really? Really? Really?
I do. I know.
Okay.
I do.
Did you get a direct, like, where did you get that information from? Oh, your mind. I've been saying for as long as I can remember that television news is the longest running reality show that we have ever seen since television began. And now we have the biggest reality star.
We have the reality TV president out there, the Orange Man. I mean, it's sad. I mean, it is sad to see what's going on. I mean, and CNN, I used to love watching CNN because they were sort of like down the middle because MSN was over MSNBC, and then Fox is way to the right. And I sort of watched CNN, and then all of a sudden now they're going so to the left. And I mean, a couple of them sort of fall in the middle of it, but. I'm over it. I'm over this whole thing. It's just crazy. Just get it over with and let's start moving on.
But is it going to be an over? This is a thing.
No, it's not going to get over.
He opened even if he disappears, right? He has opened the floodgates for any and everybody, the good guy and the bad guy, to just go, oh, I could be president and have my own selfish intent, not the American people behind what I'm doing. He is running the office for himself. He hasn't even showed his taxes and all these things that we just gave up on.
Yeah. Well, I think it's an aberration. I'm hoping it's an aberration. I'm hoping this is just like an aberration.
We keep hope alive.
Well, listen, you got to have hope. Otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to have anarchy. So
I don't know. This has made me way more cynical. I'm usually a very hopeful, come on, hope and change. I'm one of those hopeful people that hold on to like a little glimmer. But this is like, oh my God, we're one election away from this guy starting the first real purge. Like, what the hell?
I can't. I don't think I can do another 4 years with him in office. But you have
to go. But 4 days.
I hear you. But the thing is, the problem is that the Democrats, have a great opening to get rid of him, but their rhetoric and their stupidity and their backbiting each other and fighting each other and these agendas and all, it's like, to me, it's turning me off to them. I mean, it's completely turning me, because what they say, I mean, it's just like way out there. I mean, who wants open borders? I mean,
nobody's saying that they want open borders with no rules. That's ridiculous.
I know, but they're saying if you say I don't want open borders, you're a racist. This is the rhetoric.
This is the problem. No one is having a real conversation. They're saying it's black or white. Like, there's no gray areas. I don't know anyone that's saying that there should just be no rules and no procedure of getting into the United States legally and just open all the borders. And I don't know anyone that's saying that. But I also don't know people that are saying, hey, shut everything down.
Right.
Like, why is everything so harsh on one side or the other?
That's what I'm saying.
There is an absolute solution in the middle, but we're just arguing back and forth about the semantics of our own. I don't even get what people are arguing anymore.
Right. It's ridiculous.
You hit the nail on the head in your earlier rant in the first segment when you say, they're just playing, they're going at it with each other in a childish kind of way. For what reason? It's not for the American people.
No.
So what you're doing is you're playing cowboys and Indians with our lives and our tax money.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a waste. It's a total waste of what's going on here, where we can be helping people out.
The little people are the ones that are affected the most.
Yeah.
While you're sitting on your high horse, just arguing back and forth with whatever SNL is doing. Whatever Weekend Update did on the weekend, you're having a little panic attack about.
Terrible show. Terrible show.
You agree with Trump then?
Well, I agree because it sucks. I mean, I'm a golfer too, so I like playing golf. There's a couple things I agree with him.
I think he might give you the. That's what I was looking up. That he just gave Tiger Woods the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Maybe you can get one too.
I don't want that. I would refuse it if it was from Donald Trump. But you got to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? And that's what we're not doing.
Nothing wrong with that. That's the American way, right?
Yeah.
We have a right to have our own opinions or thoughts, and then you come to a middle conclusion as best as you can, so that we can all live free and happy, right?
Exactly.
But all of a sudden, it's and just like you said, that's really weird to me, and it's just not in politics, it's just in general. If you say, oh, everything isn't a Me Too. Oh, you're a rape apologist. Wait, no, I just said don't put everything under the same umbrella.
Yeah.
There's levels to this.
That's the problem. Everybody's putting the great thing, Me Too movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we had
like,
a conversation about it. Like, how do you even approach, with me, I'm a single guy. It's like, how do you even approach a woman now without her thinking that you're sexually harassing her or sexually assaulting her? It's weird.
Exactly.
The whole thing is crazy.
Can't just go up under one big fat umbrella, and the danger in it.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to say it's not all the same thing. Everybody calm down. Touch my shoulder is not rape, because what happens if you are a victim of real rape and molestation, all of these things,
way serious.
Do you understand how if you just throw everything under the same umbrella, that's watering it down?
You're right.
So now when someone gets sexually raped, like, no, they're like, oh, here we go again, Me Too. It's like, no, she really.
Well, there's guys. No, I dig it. That's what, and that's why I make that point all the time. Is like, you can't do this. You can't say that one thing is the same as the other. They're completely different things, and they try to put it under the same, like I said, umbrella. It's crazy. Anyways, we're going to take a break, and then we'll talk about your
awesome.
Let's get into some of your other stuff, because you're a comedian. You've got a book out called Speak Fluent, Man. Hear that, Donald Trump? Speak fluent. All right, Orange Man. And also you have a podcast happening called Patreon Page.
No, it's Coach Vaughn Podcast, and I'm promoting it on my Patreon page.
Oh, okay.
Yep. CoachVaughn.com. They could get all the info
there. CoachVaughn.com. Okay, we'll talk about it after the break. All right, it is Controlled Chaos. I'm here with Vaughn DiCarlo. It is Gary Garver. Yes, it's not fake news. I really am here. And I am wearing glasses. Yes. And I did take a bong hit this morning. Yes. No, that's a lie. That's fake news.
Empire Express, 10:50 a.m., leaving no listeners behind. KCAA.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1%? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. If you are passionate about securing your financial future, then check out philsgang.com. With philsgang.com, you get professional guidance on basic and advanced technical stock analysis. And just like the pros, you will gain the knowledge to recognize stock buy and sell patterns. Unlike any other service available, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team host daily interactive live streaming investing webinar classes and programs, and all material is archived. Check out philsgang.com. Call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hey, this is Gary Garver. I've been having trouble getting a good night's sleep lately. Maybe you have too. Well, if you have been, South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out. South Pacific Sleep Lab provides a personal study to help you find out how to get a great night of sleep. I've been having sleeping issues during the night lately for a number of reasons. South Pacific Sleep Lab evaluated me with an overnight study of my sleep pattern. With their professional staff, they were able to provide me with a diagnosis of my sleep pattern, and ever since, I haven't had much of a problem getting a great night of sleep. South Pacific Sleep Lab has locations throughout Southern California, including one in Fontana, and they will provide transportation to any of their locations at no cost to you. South Pacific Sleep Lab can help you out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just give them a call at 844-SAD-5050 to schedule your appointment today. That's 844-SAD-5050.
Hi, this is Kimberly Meredith. As a spiritual healer, I'm often asked, Kimberly, can I be healed? The answer is, with God, anything is possible. And yes, you can be healed through the power of God. Your friends and family can be healed. Even animals can be healed. Please visit thehealingtrilogy.com to learn more about my process and my services. My office is located in Sherman Oaks. I offer intuitive medical scans and psychic surgery for you and your loved ones. At the Healing Trilogy, we treat adults, children, and animals. We offer medical scans, mediumship counseling, cold laser acupuncture, cold laser therapy, holistic health, nutritional plans, and many other services. We also have meditation CDs, and I Skype around the world on Fridays. Sign up for my newsletter, and you'll receive a free CD. You'll also be informed about my upcoming healing events. Log on to thehealingtrilogy.com. Bless you.
If there was one movie role you could have played in your career out of all the movies, what would it have been?
One, if I only had one to give?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. Runaway Train. I don't know. That's what came to my mind, but.
Yeah. Cool. Let me ask you something. If there was one thing you take back in your life, what would it have been? There's one moment in your life that you could have taken back. Is there one?
I got a lot of those, and I don't want to discuss them.
Good. You got to listen.
On my mind every day.
I hear you. Hey, is global warming real?
Well, you know, they keep adjusting. They want to have a crisis. The people who are behind this global warming thing, they want to have that fear spread and the crisis. So when you have freezing temperatures across the country, they try to change
That's global cooling this time.
Now it's
climate
something
change.
else. It's climate change. But we're all concerned about many things. But I don't think fossil fuels are responsible for the weather in the way these guys represent it. And we should be more balanced. We should have some common sense. Like people saying, well, we have to just dump fossil fuels and go to this other technology when the technology is not quite ready. Certainly it would be nice to make the air cleaner and do all of that, and I think that everybody should pitch in and do that, and I think we are. We have to make these transitions. It's like anything else. You have something that's almost there, like, for instance, these digital cameras that are creating so many of the films now. Well, if we'd turned it over in 1990 when they first appeared, we'd have very poor films. Do you know what I mean? But and even the CDs, remember, they had performances where they didn't have the highs and lows on the original CDs, and now they're kind of correcting that. So people have CDs.
There he is. That's Casanova.
Casanova, he knows what he's doing.
He's a rapper. Hey, can you do a rap for Mr. Voigt?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, yes, I do. This is the man that let me anoint, the one and only, the legendary, yes, John Voigt. Yes, John Voigt. And I got to say, John made a whole bunch of movies, and they are on. He's an Oscar winner. I have him for dinner. You say it like that, but he's not a beginner. Just like this. And I got to anoint with Mr. Gary Garver. This is John Voigt.
Hey!
This is the Gary Garver Show. If you're not listening to Gary, you.
Yeah, F you. All right. I wish I could say it on the air, F you. That'd be so nice. All right, it is Control Chaos, KCAA, 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Gary Garver here with Vaughn DeCarlo. She's a comedian. She's got a podcast called
Coach Vaughn Podcast.
Okay, and you can get that where?
So if you go to CoachVaughn.com, you'll get links to my social media, my podcast, everything. And I have my own NBA show on the NBA channel, SiriusXM, and it was called Coach Vaughn's Corner. I was the first woman, first comedian to have her own show on the channel, and I experienced a lot of censorship there.
You did?
Believe it or not, even though it's SiriusXM, the NBA partnership is very sensitive.
Oh, are they?
So I decided
Really?
oh my God. Do you really want to get into it?
No, not really.
Okay. It's very sensitive. So long story short, very historical moment to be the first woman to do that, first comedian to host a show.
That's
all
pretty
of that.
cool.
Can't take that away from me. But I decided to move on and do the show independently on Patreon, which is a subscription page for my show. You get all uncensored, exclusive content.
So they go to Coach
on
Vaughn.
the page.
They go to CoachVaughn.com.
And they will get links to that page where they can. Basically, the show is going to start with my podcast that already existed.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to do a live stream of my podcast at my monthly comedy show in New York City.
Cool.
And it's going to live stream the comedians that are on the show. After they do their sets, they're going to be my guests on the podcast. And it's called Let's Talk About It Live. And we are going to just uncensored talk about everything from sports to the Mueller report and everything in between.
And you can say F you if you want.
I could say F you. And here's the thing. When I talk about censorship on the channel, we're talking about hey, not cursing, but like, hey, no, we advise you not to talk about Shut Up and Dribble and Jamel Hill and LeBron James' new documentary.
Really?
Well, yes. So
wow. So that's pretty tight.
Yeah, they wanted me to stay very much just focused, right, narrow into sports. It's a sports channel. However, that's not the show that I sold to them. I came in the door like, hey, I'm not Stephanie A. Smith. You know, this is a show. It's a show from a fan perspective. I can talk intelligently about the NBA, but I want to talk on and off the court, which includes everything, politics, sports, the whole nine. And my guests were comedians on the show. Every comedian I know, they're very well informed about everything that's happening in the world, and they could chime in on that, and they think they're an expert in basketball too. So,
yeah, and,
you know,
and
that
the
was
NBA
the show. It was very
the NBA
fun.
censored you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah. So there was a lot of don't do this, don't say that, don't do this, don't say that. So I'm going to do the show on my own.
Yeah.
And like I said, Coach Vaughn Podcast is going to stream live. It's just going to be a lot of different exclusive, uncensored content on the page. And, you know, I'm just going to keep expanding on my own. And it's going to be funny. It's going to be fun. It's not just going to be like, the score was and LeBron.
Kyrie Irving got 37 points. He did a triple-double. I don't know. Russell Westbrook did too, but he lost. And
yeah, who
exactly.
cares?
How
Nobody
many times
cares.
can you throw your stats out? Let's have a real discussion, a real conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Why does LeBron James suck as a Laker? How about that? I would like to know that one.
Look, at this point, let me tell you something. LeBron is experiencing his first post-game vacation.
Yeah.
So we may be in trouble. I hope he enjoys it too.
Yeah.
And you know what?
I'm a Laker fan. I'm a huge Laker.
Anymore.
Yeah, he does. You know what? I've said the same thing about LeBron James. LeBron James doesn't care about winning championships for the Lakers. He cares about being a movie mogul.
And you know what?
Producer.
Good for him because he is.
Not good for him. Not as a Laker fan.
Well, I'm
as
sorry.
As a Laker fan.
As a Knicks fan that has suffered way more than a Lakers fan. But I'm a LeBron James supporter.
I mean, I was too, and I still am. But
carried this league on his back. They treat him horribly. They always they treat LeBron horribly. Please. They always have something to say. Oh, it's almost over. Oh, hey, he can't do this. He can't do that.
Because he has a reputation of getting his coaches fired and players not wanting to play with him.
Because he is the absolute king goat greatest.
Hold on. If you get that reputation, there has to be something to it, okay? If you have a reputation as getting coaches fired and big name players not wanting to play with you,
right?
There has to be smoke there.
When there's smoke, there's fire. But in the great words of Donald Trump, I don't see a fire
fake news.
or the smoke.
It's a hoax.
Fake news.
Okay, listen. I want to get to this caller right now. This is I love this girl. Look forward to having her show on KCAA. It debuts April 27th. Saturday, April 27th at 4 p.m. It's Petra Leak. She's going to be doing a show on rock and roll. How you doing? Good morning, Petra.
I'm doing great. How's it going?
It's going on. Well, between the Mueller report and LeBron James, I'm sort of upset today, but that's okay. I'm on vacation next week.
It'll get better.
It will get better in about an hour. It will be great. All right. So, anyways, Petra, you're starting your show called Rock Driven Radio here on KCAA a week from Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific. You actually don't live in Los Angeles. Where do you live exactly?
I am in Wisconsin right now.
Wisconsin. Is it freezing ass cold there still?
It's cold, but I'm getting used to it. I can actually walk outside in 40-degree weather in a T-shirt now, so it's a different kind of cold. Yeah, it's different.
Isn't it weird how you can get used to something like that? Like, I'm from Los Angeles. I grew up in Southern California. I don't think I could get used to walking out in 40-degree weather anytime ever. I mean, I'd be, Jesus. I'm a wuss when it comes to weather. What?
It's different, but the air is a lot better than way down south, so it's a lot better.
So listen, tell us a little bit about your show, Rock Driven Radio. This is what's it all about? Tell the listeners.
Okay, well, I've had a huge passion for music all my life, and from working with musicians, I see what they put into it. There's a lot of work that a lot of people may realize it, but there's a lot of people that just don't. You kind of take it for granted that a band's playing or their music's out and the streaming or they're not paying. It's kind of, it doesn't cost very much to purchase a song, So when you look at how much you're paying for a song and when it trickles down to the musician, what they're getting paid, it's just horrible. So I'm initiating the show to kind of change the way the music industry is, and to also dedicate all of this to all musicians out there, because they all deserve to be heard. There's a lot that goes into it. I've got a lot of music that has been coming in that I can play for them so they can get the exposure they deserve. Also have a lot of great interviews lined up. So it's going to make a huge difference in the long run.
You're going to play
It's not
some...
going to be an overnight.
Yeah, you're going to play some like new music. I mean, you're going to bring artists on, music. Is it just going to be rock musicians, or are it going to be other type of musicians? You're going to play their new music that nobody plays. I mean, I'm a big fan of that, because I'm so sick of these radio stations. And I was a classic rock DJ back in the day, here at KLSX, when it was a classic rock station, 97.1 FM, and they had a music log and a list, and you could never play anything off that list. If you did, you got suspended. Are you going to play a bunch of new music, and are you going to have different artists besides rock and roll people, or is it going to be basically rock driven?
Well, it's going to be rock driven, but like I said, it's dedicated to all musicians, so I will throw a little surprise in here and there, and I will always keep it different, because, if you get used to the same thing over and over again, you're not going to care to listen to something as much. So I want the listeners to know that every time they listen to the show, they'll never know what they're going to expect, so it's going to be more entertaining. And, music is music. All of this is rock driven, because rock is my huge love, but I also like other types of music as well. So every now and then I'll throw a little country in, or a little something else, just to shake things up a bit.
Yeah.
But just because someone loves rock and roll music doesn't mean they don't have a like for other music as well. So I'm going to have something that's going to fit, everyone. But, it's just going to be more rock-driven, which is why I named it that.
That's awesome. Well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to listening to the show, because, like I said, I like hearing new music and new artists, and that's what I do on the show. I mean, I had Stephen Piercy of Rat on the show yesterday, and we played some of his solo stuff, which I found awesome. Some of his songs are fantastic, but you're never going to hear them because, radio plays the same, 500 songs at their station and rotates them. It's a rotating thing, and these guys, they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, these cats that, the higher ups, the program directors of the world, and they have no clue of what the listener wants to hear. It's ridiculous. So
that's right. That's right. And
go ahead.
That's another thing that you've touched on there. I know what I want, and there's a lot of people out there that pretty much want the same thing, and you want something new. You don't want to be caught up in the same music every day. And you're right. When you're listening to particular stations, you can almost, tell what's coming up next just from listening the day before.
No, it's
and
so annoying.
That's boring.
It is. It's so annoying. I mean, it really is. I mean, especially, like I said, I remember getting suspended because I used to do the overnights, midnight to 6 a.m. here, at KLSX. And it was a classic rock station. Now it's AMP FM, 97.1 AMP FM. But I worked there for 20 years. And, at 2 o'clock, there's a music log. There's like 20 songs per hour you could play. And, and I think I told the story yesterday. They had at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night, Sunday morning, people were partying. And they wanted me to play Sounds of Silence. And I'm like, I'm not playing Sounds of Silence at 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday night, Sunday morning when people are partying, getting out of bars, So I stuck on some Black Sabbath. So I got some Black Sabbath, and I got suspended for a week over it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So
oh wow,
that's okay. That was 100 years ago. Who cares? Well, I'm looking forward to hearing your show. And anything else you want to talk about or plug, or do you have a website, or how do people get a hold of you if they're musicians out there and they want to get their music on your show or do some interviews with you? How do they get a hold of you, my dear?
You can reach me at my email. I've got 2 email addresses because they're getting pretty much packed. I'm going to have to add another one probably so I can keep up with everything a lot better. But it's petraleak02@gmail.com. And then there's Rockcast Productions, and cast is spelled with a K, rockcastproductions@gmail.com. You can send anything you'd like to talk about that we can talk about during the show, because I want to put it all out there. Everyone and all music deserves to be heard, and that's why I'm thankful to what you have there, Gary, and what you offer, so that I can make this happen, because it's going to make a huge difference for a lot of people, especially the musicians. So I really appreciate what you're what you offer there for us.
Of course, we'd love to have you on there, and we're always looking for new innovative shows and things like that. So it's Petra Leak. And by the way, if you want to Facebook her too, you can Facebook her. I know you're on Facebook and things like that. Yeah. So if you want Petra Leak, Facebook her. And if you're a musician out there, you want to get some of your music out there, do some interviews, this and that. Petra will do it, man. She's going to do some innovative stuff on her show, Rock Driven Radio. It's going to be premiering a week from Saturday, April 27th at 4 p.m. Pacific on KCAA. And you get it, if you're in Wisconsin, you get it at kcaaradio.com, or if you're in the South or wherever, if you're in Zimbabwe, kcaaradio.com. All right. Even if you're in Tijuana, they'll pick it up. I don't think Trump
can.
And
I'm counting on those listeners.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, listen, congratulations. Good luck. Look forward to hearing your show in about a week and a half or so.
All right. Thank you, Gary. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, Petra. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not going to ask you about the Mueller report. Screw it. Okay. Or LeBron James.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
All right. Take care.
All
right. Thanks, dear. All right. That's Petra Leak. She's starting a show. I love it. It's a new show, and she's been talking to me for a few months about doing a show. It's a rock-driven show, rock-driven radio, and it's always cool. That's the cool thing about nowadays is that you can actually get on the air without being on,
Yeah, I think that's awesome. And, just what I'm doing, going independent with the show and having uncensored, exclusive content that the people that I know people want to hear, because I opened a whole new market, a whole new audience for that channel when I was there. Like, I had people who weren't even interested in basketball, the game, interested in what I was talking about as far as basketball, the players and lifestyle and all of those things.
Well, that's what people want to hear. They want to hear how people live. And, I'm sorry, people like to hear dirt. I mean, that's about players and about certain things and about.
And I wasn't very gossipy, or I didn't do, I talk in general, and I'm a comic, so I keep everything light and funny. But at the end of the day, I keep the conversation very interesting. I could talk intelligently about sports and basketball and everything, but I also have a perspective as a person that's living in this world that we're in 2019. No, players aren't just shut up and dribble, just like I'm not shut up and tell a joke. We have plenty of experience in life and different things that we're all doing. Why not talk about it all? And why put people in a box? And if they do, 2019, do it on your own.
I hear it. Hey, listen, so you're a Knicks fan. You're from New York, right?
I am originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But I have been in New York for eons. So technically, I'm a new New Yorker, I guess. I'm now a New Yorker, but I've always been a Knicks fan. We don't have a professional basketball team in Pittsburgh, so I'm loud.
Okay, so do you think they're going to get Kevin Durant?
Okay. This is the main question that everyone asks.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
No, I have money on the table. Like, people want him so bad. Here's why I don't believe he's coming. He could, but I don't believe he is, because if Kevin Durant comes to New York, then what he is saying is, I am coming to New York to reestablish my image of not being a wimp. Basically, because he went to the Warriors. We know the story. Yeah. He went to a team where he can easily win. He's one of the greatest players on the planet, second only to LeBron. Yes, I'm saying that, even right now. But what I'm saying is, the only way I believe he's coming if he wants the responsibility of a team, and not just any team, the Knicks. You know what the Knicks franchise is. You know what you're putting on your back. So you're telling me you believe the guy who went to the Warriors, the team that beat him, he went to the super team that was already a super team, had all the Infinity Stones already. He went to that team. You're telling me this is a guy that wants to carry New York on his back? Let me tell you something. If Kevin Durant comes to New York, it'll be with the Nets before it'll be with the Knicks.
Well, you know what? I look at Kevin Durant in a sort of a sad way, because I used to really like Kevin Durant when he played for Seattle. He was drafted by the Seattle Supersonics originally, and then they moved to Oklahoma City. And he had a great reputation. He was seemed like a nice guy, and he seemed like really cool and all this. And in the last couple of years, I don't know what's he turned into, but he's turned into sort of an a-hole, and it's sort of sad because he had such a great reputation, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because he's unhappy,
being defensive,
maybe he's
insecurity about what people say.
He
about
should.
him,
I mean, the dude's he's one of the best. Like I said, I think he's better than LeBron James. Actually, to tell you the truth, I think he's the best basketball player.
But you're not going to get that out of me.
I hear you. I know, but the bottom line is that instead of being happy, he's won championships. He has zillions of dollars. Why be unhappy? happy. I don't understand these people that have fame, fortune, everything.
Because money doesn't buy you. Fame and money doesn't get you happiness.
Then go play in the European League, all right? No, but the thing is, it's crazy. I just don't understand why his image changed. He had such a great image, man. He was I really enjoyed watching him.
But it changed when people started calling him basically a wimp because of what his decision was to go to the Warriors.
Everything he's sold out.
Yeah,
listen, LeBron James did the same damn thing in Miami. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of it. It's not that big. That's the way it is. That's the way the game is played. And I think Kevin Durant actually will go to New York, and I think he's going to go there with Kyrie Irving or one other superstar.
I will take Kyrie and his injuries all day because you know why? He has the courage and the kahunas. I was looking for a proper word to say not the B word.
It's all right.
He has the basketballs.
Exactly.
He's from Jersey. You know, he knows what it is. He has that energy and that mindset to want to carry a team. And I know the injuries and all those issues or whatnot, but I think that he would be a better fit. You know, King Kyrie, King of New York. Let's do it.
Well, I think he's going to need a lot. He's going to need one other person to come. I don't think Kyrie is going to go.
And everybody thinks it's Zion.
He is not going to go to New York by himself. There's no way he is not going to. Hey, man, you got to bring somebody else in with me, man.
The dream team is, Kyrie, Durant, Zion.
I'm making a prediction.
Quiet.
The Lakers are going to get Zion.
Everybody.
We're going to get Zion. We're going to pull a miracle and get Zion Williamson here in a Lakers uniform.
Just steal it like Trump did the
We
election.
will. We're going to. We stole Magic. I mean,
we 2020.
All right.
Oh, he just dumped you guys like a hot potato.
Oh, well, you know what? I don't blame Magic for doing that. I'll tell you the truth. I think there was a lot of backbiting and stuff like that. As a Laker fan, I've been a Laker fan since Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain, and I think Magic Johnson's had enough of their BS, and the Lakers are in total disarray. It's sad to see, and now it's LeBron's team, and Magic Johnson's like, man, I don't need this, man. I'm a billionaire, man. I got everybody wants to kiss my ass, and now I'm getting ripped.
Yeah, he said he wants to get back to being Magic.
Yeah,
and I was like, well, what does that mean? Who is Magic?
Magic's many things. All right, Vaughn, thank you for coming into the show.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good time. It's Vaughn DiCarlo. If you want to get her podcast, go ahead and plug away, Jerry.
Yeah, Coach Vaughn, VON.com. You can get links to my social media, Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. All the links are there. The links to my book, the links to my show, my podcast, everything is at CoachVaughn.com.
CoachVaughn.com. CoachVaughn.com. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. I appreciate the support.
And good luck with everything.
Awesome.
And, I'm making a prediction. It's called Garver-Damos. I'm called Garver-Damos at times. Kevin Durant.
Not.
Kyrie Irving as Knicks.
I'll take your money, too.
All right. You want to bet 5 on it?
5.
All right, $5 on it. All right. All right, you guys have a great day. It is Control Chaos. And enjoy the beautiful springtime weather. It's beautiful out there. God, I love April. Well, then again, I was born in April, so you gotta love your birthday month, right? All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you mañana for my last show. Yeah, can't wait.